Hey there, I'm back. I wanted to look at page 11 for you. And we'll just stop with page 11 on this video, okay? So when you're looking at 11, it's a continuation of what we did on the last video. Some of those are those fractions where you have to get x by itself. I'll do one of those for you. I'm looking at number 7 as being probably one of the trickier ones for you, and maybe 8. So let's do those together. So if I'm looking at 7, remember I have 2 fractions, and I always say icky poo poo, we need to get rid of the denominators. We don't like fractions, right? So I am going to look at my bottoms, and I'm going to multiply them by the 3x minus 4. Okay, so that's going to, and I'm sorry my page is bent, get rid of the denominator on one side, it was stuck in my mouth, sorry, and I get 2 on the left hand side. And then when I look at the right, I'm lucky because I'm multiplying by 1, so that just leaves 3x minus 4 on top, all over 4. So then I still have a fraction on the other side. I'm going to multiply that times 4. The tops and the bottoms are going to cancel out. And I'll multiply the 2 times 4, which gives me 8 equals 3x minus 4. I'm looking to get that x all by itself. In order to do that, I need to get the 4 on the other side. When I do that, I'm gonna add that on both sides. And I have 12 equals 3x. Still don't have x by itself. Remember, when they're next to each other, they're multiplying. You do the opposite and divide by 3. When you take 12 and divide it by 3 in your calculator, you get x to be 4. Okay. Let's look at number 8. 8 was pretty tricky because it had a lot going on the top. We still don't want those fractions. I'm going to start by multiplying through by 3. But when I do this, I don't know, can you see that? I'm going to take the 3 and multiply it times this one and the 3 times this one. You have to give it to everything or else someone's going to feel left out. We don't want that. So the top says 2x plus 1 on the left. But then on the right, I'm going to take that 3 and multiply it by 6x. That gives me 18x. And then I have a negative 9 times 3, which gives me 27. And I keep my denominator the same. I haven't done anything to get rid of that. That's a 5. I have to do it all over again. Got to multiply to get rid of that 5. The top and the bottom are going to cancel out. And then I'm going to multiply the 5 times the 2x and the 5 times the 1. You have to do everything. Nobody can get left out. So 5 times 2x gives me 10x. And 5 times 1 gives me 5 equals 18x minus 27. Whew. Math is fun. All right, and now I need to go through and get all the x's on one side and all the ones without x's on the other side. If you remember back to class, we used to say it doesn't matter which way you go. Either way works, all right? So I am going to start by subtracting 10x and bring it to the other side. And that gives me 5. And then I have 8x minus 27 left over on the other side when I combine. Can't touch the 8x now. Now I have to move that 27 onto the other side. I'm going to add 27. All right. And when I do that, I'm going to get 32 equals 8x. And then all I'm going to do then is divide through by 8. And x equals 4. All right, so try the other 2 on your own. Again, icky poo-poos, we don't like fractions. Just get rid of them step by step and you've got this, okay? And then you're looking at rearranging formulas. Remember, We started by taking our highlighter of some sort and figuring out what we're solving for. So it's whatever's in those air quotes are there. We're looking for B for the first one. So when I'm looking for B, I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna circle it. That's what I wanna try to get there. And then I'm gonna say, okay, what should I do first? I'm not quite sure for this one. Icky poo-poos, we don't like fractions. We always want the fractions to go away first, okay? So we're gonna take that fraction of 1/2. We're gonna get rid of it just the same as we had with the rest of them. And when I do that, I'm gonna multiply both sides by 2. Remember, a 2 on the top and a 2 on the bottom, those are gonna cancel out. So on the one side, I'm gonna multiply and get 2a equals bh. And if you remember from class, I hope you can see my highlighting, we would highlight as we went. So then now, hey, I'm still trying to get this letter here alone, this B, so I have to keep going. They are next to each other, which means we're multiplying. So if we're multiplying, to get them on the other side, I have to do the opposite, which is division. Divide by h, and I have 2a over h equals b. Remember, these are kind of ugly. They don't have a pretty answer. They don't end up nice and neat. You're usually left with something that looks like this. Your goal is to get whatever you highlighted all by itself. And as soon as you do that, woo-woo, you're done, okay? And again, I'll do number 3 for you as well, because that was a wacky one. This one says solve for m. But when you're looking at it, we have 2 m's. What do we do? If you remember back to class, we would take the m's out and use them as a GCF. And then when we rewrote it, we only have 1. So watch. If I pull out an m as a GCF, that leaves me with x plus 7 in parentheses equals k. So the next step, then we would take our highlighter and we would go through and highlight the letter, the variable that we wanted by itself. And then now look, I can take this whole set of parentheses and get it on the other side. I was multiplying and instead now, excuse me, I'm gonna get that whole parentheses and divide it and put it on the other side. So this is gonna cross out. And when I rewrite it, I look over here. Do I have m by itself? Yay, I do. All right, so try number 2 on your own, and you're all set there. Thanks for watching my video, and I'll hit you up with another one soon. See ya.